Welcome to The Holistic Entrepreneur with success coach, holistic nurse practitioner, and best-selling author Bonnie Groessl. Bonnie shares inspirational and enlightening content to educate, empower, and facilitate well-being while nurturing the mind-body-spirit connection. This boost of positive energy will help you manage stress and make the most of your life, allowing you to thrive in the new normal. Now, please welcome the host of The Holistic Entrepreneur, Bonnie Groessl.
Welcome, everyone. This is Bonnie Groessl, your host here at The Holistic Entrepreneur. You know, I am so grateful that you're sharing your valuable time with me. I so appreciate you. If this is your first time listening, welcome. And if you've tuned in before, welcome back. I hope that you find this will be another great episode with valuable tips and insights to help you toward enhanced well-being. Now, I always want to remind you that the information presented here is educational, inspirational, and motivational in nature, but I always want you to just take what fits for you and simply let go of the rest. This show does not intend or imply to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment either. Now, another thing that I always want to do on the show every week is to remind you to take a moment for you. Remember, if you can, if you're not driving or something, remember to take a moment and just breathe. Just stop and breathe, but breathe with intention, noticing your breath. Just stop and take a moment for you. Notice the air coming in and the air going out. And notice you. Notice what a beautiful human being you are. Acknowledge all of the love that's out there for you. I always want to remind you to just take a moment and stop and breathe and notice. Now, maybe this is the only moment that you're taking for yourself, but it's so important for your well-being. The more you can do this, the better. Now, remember to check out the show page before you leave today. You can always connect with me at bonniegroessl.com, and I would love to hear how it's going. Please post your progress or any questions that you have on the Facebook page at Coach Bonnie Groessl. Both of those links and anything else we talk about really is always on the show page for you so that you don't have to go searching. So today we're talking about relationships. Now, we're not meant to live in isolation. We need to be in a relationship with each other, whether it's a romantic relationship, friendship, family, colleague, or whatever. It's a relationship. And we're in relationship with our pets, too. But you know what? They're generally much better at unconditional love than we are, so that's usually not an issue. But last time we focused on the relationship with yourself. And today we're going to be talking about relationships between two or more people. Now, there are a few basic but really important elements of any good relationship. Now, this is not certainly an inclusive list, but these are some of the highlights I wanted to share with you today. First off, good communication is key. It's one of the most important aspects to having a healthy relationship. When you start a new relationship, it's important to be able to discuss things, to voice your opinion, to speak your mind on what you want and need from the relationship and in life in general. Communicating honestly and respectfully, especially when things are difficult, is something that doesn't come normally to everyone. We may have learned in the past to not say things or not speak our mind when certain subjects come up, for the sake of keeping the peace and avoiding a confrontation. Now, there are ways to address this rather than burying those feelings and then they become toxic, and that's never good for anyone. But if you need professional help, sometimes that's a benefit. So, you know, if you are in a situation where you don't feel like you can voice your opinion or speak your mind and you don't know what to do about it, talk to somebody. Having mutual respect in any relationship is important. I'm willing to bet that you would rather like to feel respected and listened to. So listening and respecting other people, it's a two-way street. Actually, listening and not interrupting is critical to any relationship. Now, just because you don't always see eye to eye doesn't mean that one person needs to change their mind or agree with the other person. And respect is even more important in a close personal partnership. Now, we all have personal boundaries. That's where we draw the line. We know what makes us feel good, what makes us feel comfortable and safe. And in a healthy relationship, there should be 100% comfortable communicating those boundaries and know that they'll be respected. Now, if you only want to hang out 3 times a week, or you don't want to chat on the phone for more than 10 minutes, that's fine. Each person has aspects of their lives that are theirs and theirs alone. And so those boundaries help us to be respected by both parties. Trust and honesty are probably the most important relationship characteristics. Without trust, there's lack of any solid foundation on which you can build an emotional intimacy or a strong friendship bond. I mean, without trust, you're left constantly unsure of whether you can count on the other person coming through for you or whether or not they really mean what they're saying. Saying what you mean and meaning what you say is a great start, but be sure to remember the importance of respect. This also allows you to show vulnerability within a relationship and feel safe if there's mutual trust and honesty. All healthy relationships require mutual trust between the partners, no matter what kind of a relationship it is. And supporting each other is one of the best things about a healthy relationship, and having a partner, a friend, or a colleague. You know that they've got your back. Whether it's sticking up for you when somebody says something nasty about you, or always being there to be the rock that you can rely on. In a healthy relationship, you and your partner will support each other and treat each other as equals. Supportive people will always do what's best for you, and they don't have ulterior motives, and they won't hold you back from achieving your dreams. In a healthy relationship, you want to feel like you don't have to change or make things happen or make sacrifices so that the relationship can stay together or can grow. It just shouldn't be that way. You should support each other mutually. And showing empathy and being flexible is part of that. It's being willing to understand the other person's perspective. This is true in any relationship, whether it's being a good neighbor, your partner, or even letting somebody merge in front of you on the highway. You try to understand their perspective, even if you disagree with it. Are you truly happy for someone that you're in a relationship with, if something wonderful happens for them? Or are you a little jealous? I mean, we can't be perfect all the time. It's part of being human. But partners in a healthy, loving relationship extend to each other the common courtesy of patience to allow for flexibility and support one another when they're having a bad day and they're not at their best, or whether they're having a really good day or something awesome happens. Being flexible goes a long way. In relationships, it takes compromise. While some things aren't going to work out, in a perfect way, there's always some way to compromise. And in healthy relationships, both partners are willing to adjust and make changes so that the relationship can grow. And appreciation and showing affection. I mean, it kind of goes without saying when you're talking about a romantic relationship. But even outside of romantic, intimate relationships, really any relationship, those small gestures of affection, like hugs, a comforting touch, making the other person feel comfortable and secure within the relationship, showing that you truly care about them. That's of value in any relationship, whether it's, your neighbor, a friend, a colleague, just showing that appreciation and affection, as opposed to. Now, this comes easier for some people than others because some people are more the feeling kind of person and some people are more not so touchy-feely. So, and obviously, you know your relationship with others the best. So just evaluate where you're at and see if there are some things that could improve the bond, or is it a relationship that you no longer want to be in? So if you need professional help, please seek that. There are lots of counselors out there who can help with relationship issues. That's not what the show today was meant to do, but just to get you thinking about things. So I hope that you found this episode helpful. And until next time, I wish you health, happiness, and abundance. I want to thank you for joining me at the Holistic Entrepreneur Show today. I know that time is our most precious asset, and so I appreciate you spending your time with me. Now, my purpose is to be of the best service to this community. Whether it's your personal or your work life, I'm here to support you. The best place to get the latest scoop is at bonniegroessl.com. Everything is there. We can connect, and you'll find special offers and gifts that I have for you to help you attain the health, happiness, and abundance you deserve. And I encourage you to sign up for my monthly newsletter for more useful information and exclusive offers. The links are on the show page below. And finally, don't forget to subscribe to the Holistic Entrepreneur Show on your favorite podcast directory so that you automatically receive the newest episode when it's released. Until next time, this is Bonnie Groessl, wishing you health, happiness, and abundance.